Okay, and then you saw something today, which you can talk about.
I can.
What is Disintegration?
So Marcus Lehto, who is a Halo veteran back in the Bungie days, he was the creative director on Reach. He has his own studio now, and he is making Disintegration. They announced it a couple months ago. We talked about the announcement or whatever. But I've played it now. So it is going to have a full single-player campaign and everything. I didn't see any of that. This was just a multiplayer thing today I did at 2K. And it's interesting. I also think it's kind of risky in the way that... Here, let me test something here, because it eventually came to me.
Okay.
But do you remember last year a game came out that was a racing game? It's an arcade multiplayer racing game that did some kind of risky things with the genre, did some totally new, like a interesting new twist on like arcade burnout-style racing. No. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the game from the Burnout people?
I can't remember if Burnout people were on there, but the studio shut down like a couple months after.
Was it the one that got pulled off of like PlayStation?
Yeah.
Like Jason really liked it. And, like,
I thought it was
On
Rush.
Rush.
Okay, you remember the name.
Yeah.
It took me like an hour and a half to remember the name.
Yes,
and I was
On
like,
Rush.
that's not a good sign.
That was not the game I was thinking of, but yes, On Rush.
What does this have to do with
In a weird way, this reminded me of On Rush because it's like...
That was like the two teams, right, or something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
like
it
two
was
teams, and like it wasn't like just win the race or whatever.
It had maybe more in common with like Motor Storm than anything else. Yeah,
it seems on its surface like it would be kind of standard FPS multiplayer type stuff, 5-on-5.
First person?
It is first person, but it is very unique.
We should say FPS.
In a way, like, and I'm saying unique in the way that like I'm worried that this might be an On-Rush thing where it's like if it doesn't find that audience early, I hope it doesn't just peter out.
Like if the people aren't playing it.
Right, and you got to learn to play it differently. You don't play it like a Call of Duty or a Halo or anything.
What do you play like?
You are you're on a grav cycle. It's like a space floaty Tron like thing.
Okay,
you can
grav cycle.
Yeah, you can hover up and down with the LB and LT. And
unlimited or like to a certain extent?
No, you can hover as much as you want. I mean, there's like a upper limit,
There's
so
a
you
ceiling?
can't fly over buildings and stuff like that. But I think upon loading it up, I think the first thing a lot of people are going to think of is Titanfall. Because you are in kind of like this big thing, and you're hovering, so you kind of have a higher perspective, and you also have AI guys running around for you.
Okay.
So there's AI people on your team. So like depending on the team you've got, there's 3 or 4 guys down there, and they all have like different abilities. Like, if you press left on the D-pad, that AI guy will drop mines. This one will shoot some heat-seeking missiles. This will do a concussion grenade or something. But your grav cycle also has 1 or 2, different weapons or whatever that you can cycle between. Like, I've got miniguns here, but then if I hit Y, I switch to this thing that I can charge, and it'll like basically put the enemy in a crit state where it'll slow them down, and everyone can do more damage to it. So there's a lot of nuance to it, and I think a lot of strategy that would need.
Can you get like right down with your AI soldiers and like?
They're much tinier. They're like person sized or kind of mech, smaller mech size, not Titan. Like you feel big when you're in the grav cycle, and I think that's mostly because you are kind of hovering above the action for the most part.
This is still first person when you're in this.
Yeah, and so you are ordering your AI dudes around. And so the mode I played, I assume there's going to be numerous modes, but this one was like a capture the flag type thing, offense, then defense, and there are these 2 cores. And you have to go to A or B, and you have to like, you look at it and you hit RB to kind of tell your AI guys to go grab the core, and you're protecting them. And so your team, you'll tell your team at the beginning, like, hey, let's go get A or whatever. And one of you will send your AI guys to get it, and then you're just kind of like escorting them and like guiding them towards the drop-off point to try to like bomb the enemy.
Does it feel micromanagey or it feels manageable?
No, it's all like all of the ordering your AI guys around is done with RB. So it's pretty much just point to the thing like, go there, go fight those guys, or go pick that thing up. Now that you got the thing, RB, go drop it off over here, while you were just kind of floating around, flying around, shooting stuff.
All right.
And you can also trigger kind of their abilities and things like that while you're doing it. It seemed cool. Like I enjoyed it. It's one of those things that I think is going to be much, much better if you are playing with friends that you have headsets on and you're communicating.
Did they say that one would be this over commander and the AI would then be your friends, or are they all?
No. So when you're playing, I played 5-on-5, and so it was like 5 grav cycles, which are piloted by actual people, and each one of those grav cycles. So you're seeing a lot of action on the ground happening between all these little AI foot soldiers and stuff, kind of like Titanfall. And you can kill them and everything, and you can speed up their respawn if they die and stuff like that. And it's got a kind of interesting tone where like the different teams are themed, where it's like, here's these like samurai guys, here's these Daft Punk looking dudes, here's some clowns or like Mad Max type dudes.
Not what I imagined.
Yeah, these guys are knights with swords, and like their weapon is like this javelin thing that you charge up, and it's interesting. It really is.
Sounds unique.
Yeah. I played several rounds today. I liked it a lot. But I really think it might be a hard thing to jump in with randos.
Yeah.
But I guess time will tell, and I'm curious to see the campaign as well, because like it all felt really good. Like the graph cycle was awesome.
Do you know if the campaign is this but single player with a narrative, or is this a mode that is?
They didn't touch it all on the single player. So they just said it will be there. They said the game's coming out next year. They haven't announced a release date or anything like that. They said there were 6 in this build. There are going to be 9 crews that you can pick.
Okay,
that's cool.
Going forward.
I like the crew.
Yeah, I think it's got promise for sure.
I want to see it. I'll have to look up some footage of it. I mean, it's probably getting out there now since this event has no embargo.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
I came away more interested than, I mean, when the announcement happened, there wasn't a whole lot of information. And now that I've gotten hands on, and I was like, okay, I could play more of that for sure.
Next year, though.
Yes.
All right.